Welcome to Aspire Software Limited. This is the software developing company in Kenya. We are located in Nairobi, Westlands, that is Lower Kabete Road, at a building called Spring Valley Business Park. We are there at Block A. Block A, that is first floor. So if you have some time, if you may have some interest, you can actually pay us a visit there so that you can be exposed more to what we do. Now today I want to take you through this module. Within the accounting module, there is a sub module here that is called fleet. Now fleet is actually a fuel management system that you can be able to regulate. You can be able to regulate each and every asset and be able to know how much each and every asset actually consumes in terms of vehicles, in terms of fuel. So let it be known that this one is not actually the tracking system, but this one is just a fuel management system whereby you are able to monitor and manage fuel for each and every vehicle that you have in the company. Now, first of all, what you do is that within this this fleet module, what happens is what we call the ratings here. This is what we call the vehicle fuel ratings table. So in the vehicle fuel rating table is that each vehicle, we presume that you will have actually created them as an asset within the system, and then from here you are able to add them so that their fuel consumption is actually be indicated. So like the one here you've seen, you can see this one here, KDD master. This is what we created in the last video. Please, you can also be able to refer to that video so that you get to know how you can create assets within the system. And then from here is that you are able to define the consumption rate, that is liter per kilometer, of this vehicle. So if it is taking 20 liters per kilometer, this is where you can indicate. Okay, if it is taking 100 liters also per kilometer, you can indicate there. You can indicate here. So of course, when you were creating the assets, you had indicated the engine size, cc. Like this guy here, I've seen we've indicated 700. That is just for a demo purposes. You don't have to be exact, but I think for your companies you'll have to be exact. You need to make sure what you indicate there really tallies with what your books or your records are saying. So from there you can say, okay, so this is how you've actually added an asset and you've indicated their fuel rating. Now the next move, after you close here, the next move here, you come to distance. Now the distance is depends. There are so many companies that have a defined distance. Like for example, if a company is located in Kitale, okay, if a company is located in Kitale and normally they come to Nairobi for goods, to pick some goods so that they can take them back to Kitale, what happens is that you are able to monitor, you are able to set that distance, knowing that this one is a well-defined distance whereby your drivers will not take panya routes here and there. So you can define here the route from Nairobi, okay, and then you can say route to maybe from Kitale here. You can say how much kilometers the distance is, about 5 kilometers or 6 kilometers, 5 kilometers or 6 kilometers. You say okay. So once you've said okay, that if I come from Kitale to Nairobi, I know I'll take 5 kilometers, and then from also Nairobi to Kitale, that is again from Nairobi to Kitale, that is again 5 kilometers. So the system knows that if this vehicle it will be using around 200 liters per kilometer, okay, it will be using 100 liters a kilometer, and the distance here is the distance they are going to cover is a distance from Nairobi to Kitale or Kitale to Nairobi, that is about 5 hours. Yeah, I think it's about 5 hours or 6 hours there. 5 hours or 6 hours, it's about 5 hours. And then the duration here, then you come and indicate the duration. Now the duration is the distance in in minutes. Yeah, so if it is distance from Nairobi all the way to Kitale, okay, what is the duration here in minutes? So if it is it's about, if it is 5 hours, that will be around about 300 minutes. Okay, so that is about 300 minutes, which you can see there, it is indicating 5 hours 300 minutes. So if it is if it is about 8 hours, it is simply 80 divided by 60, 8 times 60, and then you get the hours that are indicated there. So that one you can indicate there. For the purpose of demo, we will indicate 5 hours, and then you can see there it is showing you the system, because the system will calculate the number of hours in minutes. That's why you put them in minutes. So it will be like about 300 minutes to 300 minutes. That is about 5 hours. Okay, that is about 5 hours. So after you've set that, you come, we've done what we call the duration here. After you've set the duration, then this is where now you can indicate the allowances that you're giving these drivers. Okay, you can say maybe the allowances you're giving. I have not indicated allowances, different types of allowances. It could be lunch, it could be, you know, accommodation and all that stuff. You can indicate if it is 3,000, you can indicate for every allowance. So it can't save because I've not indicated allowance here, but that is how you can set it. And then once you've also said that, you come and indicate also other allowances here. You also add those allowances and the amount, so they will appear here, the town at which you are going, and the amount, and then the allowance type, and also with the amount. Okay, and then the total will be indicated here, and then you just simply say close. Okay, so that is how you set some of the allowances that you can let me just see if I can put a description of an allowance here. Let's say it's accommodation. Okay, and then I will say time range, that is from around I will say from around 7 to 8, I'll say there to around 8:30. So I will say that 7 to 8:30, so that if I come here to the allowance and I say I'm adding allowance, you can see now it is here, the accommodation is here. So I will select that accommodation, and I will say 3,000. Select town here, it's Nairobi. Then I will say okay. So you can see that now I have the allowances here. Then if I add what type of allowance again, I will say amount, the accommodation, then I will also add 3,000 here. Okay, okay, so that is it. You add the allowance there, and then from there it will indicate there. And okay, this is where you put the allowances. This is the allowance manager. You can add as many allowances as you want. Okay, you can add as many allowances as you want, and then from here, then this is where now you can check the speed, or you can check maybe the mileage. This is the mileage manager, so you can be able to check the mileage manager. So if it is a saloon car, this is a saloon car, and this is the kind of mileage the vehicle is actually moving. These are different mileages. Yeah, so here if I want to know, I'll just come here and select the asset ID. Just select the asset ID here, then I say accept. So you see it will show me the asset ID, and then the description here, and then the belonging to which branch. Fuel type, it is not yet set because it's a demo, so that's why I've not set the fuel yet. And then of course you will see the picture of the vehicle here. So you will always be able to see that if it is a route let me see the route. Let me see okay, so this is where I assign. I can assign this vehicle. These are vehicle running expenses. Yeah, I can assign let me just say transport to, not transport, I'll say they are traveling to Nairobi. Okay, so it is supposed to have indicated there, but I don't know why it's inactive, maybe because of the rights or something. Then here I will indicate the NINI number. Then of course stop branch, nothing. This one is just fine, but I don't know why these ones are inactive. Maybe yeah, it's because of the fueling thing that I have no rights. That's why it's inactive, but that's why it's supposed to be active, so that after the fuel has been, this car has been fueled, I will come here and post. So once I've posted, then it will be able to indicate here the fuel type that has been indicated and all that stuff. So including also with the route. Let me see the route here. Okay, with the route here, I can be able to select the route, and then route type, if it is stationary, I can say if it is traveling, you can define traveling, and if it is traveling, route number for this route you can indicate, because in other areas you can have route numbers. You can indicate the driver also, and then if they are turn boys, you can actually mark them here, and you can see this one is actually linked with the HR system, so it picks data directly from the HR, and then you are able to save it there. So the vehicle will have been assigned by the driver and the turn boy, if the driver and the turn boy, including also the fuel and if there be any variances that may occur in terms of maybe traveling, then that is when now you'll be able to discuss with your drivers here maybe what has happened. If the vehicle capacity is this, supposed to travel at this kilometer at this duration, okay, with this driver and the turn boy, and if they come back maybe without the fuel, or maybe whichever way, then you'll be able to know kuna mafuta ilinyonywa mahali. Okay? You'll be able to know kuna mafuta ilinyonywa mahali. So that is how you are able to set the asset IDs in each and every company, and then also monitor the fuel consumption of each and every vehicle, so that you prevent what we call theft, ama wizi, or dumping ya mafuta kwa njia. So this is the system that monitors that, and when it is actually integrated with the tracking mechanism, then it works very well, because you can track the vehicle, and then at the same time also you are able to monitor the fuel consumption of that vehicle. So this is just a software mechanism on how you can be able to monitor that. And then finally you have a report here. Now this report is just basically a report that shows you the performance of different assets of that asset or a vehicle. So now if it is a vehicle that normally every now and then goes to the garage every now and then, now from this report you will be able to know this vehicle has become an expense, and then from there you are able now to determine as to whether you need to auction it because the vehicle is no longer profitable, or you can also be able to determine that how come this vehicle every now and then it comes, there is a fuel shortage, and for this, because of this driver. But if there are other different drivers, you find the vehicle is just working okay. But if there is a specific driver, you see the report is also different. So from there you are able to know this the kind of driver, maybe the driver that is using that vehicle, he is not actually honest enough. So from there you can be able to interview him afresh, or take some extra measurements on such like an individual. Otherwise, thank you very much. This is how you can actually this is where now how you can actually be able to set up your fleet management within the software, and everything is integrated at the background. It is integrated with the accounting, because everything you do here, finally it posts everything in your P&L, and your balance sheets, including your trial balances. So everything is well synchronized, and you can be able to monitor everything in this one same dashboard. Okay, and thank you very much. You can also have some time. If you have some time, please give us a call or visit your offices so that our agents can be able to discuss with you more of this. Otherwise, thank you very much and have a good day.